Okay, it looks like my mic is working now. I see the green bar bouncing. So if you can hear me, let me know, or if you can't hear me. Um, Thank you to Liza Minnelli, the one and only, for letting me know my audio wasn't working. So I was just doing the intro there. I didn't even get to the news yet, but I was just complaining that this past week I didn't feel well. I did take a COVID test at home and it was negative, but I also sprained my ankle quite badly last weekend, so I'm just kind of feeling sorry for myself now because of that. It didn't hurt that bad when I did it, and then like today and last night it's been kind of achy, like kind of feels like nerve pain, like that deep ache in the joint. And it's just like annoying because I can't really do anything. I can't go anywhere. And yeah, just have to take it easy. And I'm not even excited about the long weekend that we have this weekend because I can't do anything at all. I didn't even go get groceries or anything. So yeah, so I did not stream the past couple weeks. There hasn't been a ton of news, honestly, and I had a lot on my plate, and I got back into drawing recently also, so I've been drawing in my evenings sometimes. Yeah, just doing things here and there. And a couple of my favorite bands and artists are touring right now, so I have lots of like content from fan cams to keep up with. That's been keeping me sane, giving me some serotonin. Oh yeah, I think I was talking about this eyeshadow look when I first tried the stream, is that I think I was inspired by Gerard Way, his performance last night with the My Chemical Romance comeback. They are my favorite band, so yeah, super excited about them. Just been loving all the footage from them. They are amazing, so yeah. Yeah, so sorry about the last couple weeks. The couple of big news stories that I've been following on here, they're not on hold, but they are awaiting their days in court, basically. So I did see a headline that Nature Boy, the good-looking guy that got arrested a few weeks ago, he was supposed to appear in court today, but I didn't see an article about that. So I just saw that he had an upcoming court date, but nothing that came out of that today, as far as I know. And then also there was a headline about Lori Vallow, that case, and that the prosecutors are pursuing the death penalty in her case. So I'm not going to be reading an article about that because that headline basically says all you need to know. But yeah, so more updates to follow, I guess, but maybe not for a while. So yeah, how are you guys this evening? Hope you're doing okay on this Friday night where I am housebound and just trying to chill, basically. What's your favorite My Chemical Romance song? Okay, so let's start, as long as my mic is working. I still see the green bar bouncing, so it's okay. I don't know why this mic is so... Actually, I do know why. It's because the cable connector thing, I bent it. Yeah. Okay, I have been so curious about this, and I've been saving these articles for the stream. So let's get into this one. Members of cult where 11 bodies were found, quote, ate and drank leader's body waste, by Gergana Krasteva. Sorry for my pronunciation, on metro.co.uk. A suspected cult leader has been arrested after police discovered 11 dead bodies in his jungle home in Thailand. Tawi Nanlan, 74, who claimed to be the father of all religion, allegedly forced his followers to drink his urine and eat his excrement and stopped them from leaving. Oh yeah, I forgot the content warning. I always do this. I always like get into the article and then I'm like, oh yeah. So as a general content warning, there's always sexual abuse in almost every single cult, and also many other abuses and heinous crimes. So if you are sensitive to those things, you may not wish to watch this. Okay, when police raided his home in the middle of the jungle of Chayafum province, they discovered the corpses of devotees, including one of a baby. They were alerted by Kun Janjira, 53, who told them her 80-year-old mom was staying at the site and was barred from returning to her family. I went to visit my mother, and I saw how women were forced to follow a dress code by wearing a knee-length sarong, and men had to wear formal trousers, Ms. Janjira said. Everybody had to remove their shoes before entering the site. But what was even more shocking was that I watched my mother rub the leader's phlegm on her face and ate the man's scurf. I'm not sure what scurf refers to there, but either way, it sounds bad. There were 11 dead bodies of the devotees on the premises. My mother had also instructed me to leave her body in the same place. Yeah, this is disturbing. Yeah. Let's see if we can watch this video here. Oh, I don't have my headphones on. What a genius streamer I am today. Oh no, there's gonna be a body in that box. Oh, they didn't show it. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. I thought they were gonna open that bag. That's so sad. It looks like they wrapped the bodies in plastic. Yeah, okay, not much info in that video, but yeah, some disturbing pictures in here. The followers defy all COVID rules. They said that once you have devoted your life to following the man's teaching, you'll be safe from COVID. Officials found 5 coffins outside the campsite, which were all drilled to allow the lymph fluid to flow out. That's so gross. Nanlan's followers said the corpses were brought there for rituals to send them to heaven and were injected with a strong chemical to stop them from rotting. Pictures showed the white-haired pensioner who goes by the name Joseph being detained by officers yesterday. Sorry about the ads refreshing on this page. All of these articles are always on sites where like you have to remove your ad block in order to see it, but it is what it is. He told them all his followers were there willingly and that he did not force anybody to stay here or do anything they did not want to do. There's just more pictures. Camp resident Mana, 45, said, "We have papers showing that the relatives have given consent with a death certificate. Some of them have practiced meditation in this place. As for the burial, we followed the process of the medical team." Sounds questionable to me. The body is put in a sealed bag and injected with formaldehyde to prevent the corpse from rotting. So far, Nanlan has only been charged with trespassing. Police Colonel Watanachai Chandatham, I'm so sorry, confirmed, adding a thorough investigation will take place. Chiapham Province Governor Krasorn Kongshalad said the authorities were shocked after reports of what took place in the cult. Police in the area will be taking actions according to the law, he added. The group hasn't been following COVID-19 measures. That is like the least of my concerns here. Like, they're eating the leader's excrements, they said. Yeah. We found other devotees not wearing masks. If they're eating the poo, then officers will seize the 11 bodies to perform an autopsy and find the cause of death. I never knew that in this area there was such a strange meditation sect. The cult leader will be prosecuted if found guilty of any crime. I don't know who's saying that. This is kind of an awkwardly written article. So yeah, I thought that was crazy. I would like to know more about the group's beliefs and the leader and who these bodies belong to, which they apparently have permission to take, but there's always like legal guidelines. There's laws in place for handling corpses, so yeah. So that's that on that. The next one is another one I've been seeing a couple articles about that I've been eager to get to for cult news. And it's disturbing. I shouldn't act so excited, but I have two articles here about him. So, okay, Leesburg High Band Director Counselor ran secret society, hid sexual messages former student tells police, by Katie Sartoris on Daily Commercial. A former student at Leesburg High School told Leesburg Police Department investigators that he was involved in a secret society at LHS, led by band director Gabrielle Fielder. He also told investigators that when he was 17 and still an LHS student, former LHS guidance counselor Lenny Finelli texted him and asked him sexual questions, the report said. It also says Fielder, who as a school employee is a mandatory abuse reporter, knew about the messages between the student and Finelli and deleted them. According to the report, after he graduated and turned 18, the former student began a sexual relationship with Finelli, who helped run the band. Finelli has resigned. Fielder's resignation in lieu of termination is up for consideration at the Lake County School Board meeting on Monday. The redacted report does not name the former student. Ultimately, no charges were filed because the former student was 18 when he was in a relationship with Finelli. Quote, the Elder Council, a cult-like group. The student told investigators that in September of 2020, he was involved with a secret society at LHS called the Elder Council. He said it was a cult-like group that was led by Leesburg's band director, Gabrielle D. Fielder, the report said. The group did not meet at the high school, a school spokeswoman told the Daily Commercial. One night in September, Leonardo Finelli, who was currently employed as Leesburg High School's guidance counselor at the time, messaged the former student by a cell phone, the report said. I don't know why I find Leesburg really hard to say. Finelli, an LHS class of 2010 graduate, asked to meet up with the student, and I just clicked on something by accident. And about, quote, what his penis size was and about his sexual orientation, the report said. I shouldn't be laughing. I must be in a weird mood right now. I'm really sorry. Fuck! I just clicked on it again. Oh my god. Okay. Where was I? The two did not meet that night, but the next day, Finelli told Fielder he and the student had been messaging. Fielder then spoke with both Finelli and the student and said that they are no longer allowed to message each other, and if they speak with each other, another member of their group has to be present during the conversation, the report said. Fielder then deleted all the text messages between the student and Finelli. He deleted them from iCloud too. The former student said Gabriel demanded that neither one of them speak about the incident and demanded the remaining members of the group to keep the incident a secret as well, the report said. In a supplemental report, it says a guidance counselor informed investigators of a student who may have more information on the case. The student then told investigators that Finelli told her he and the former student met multiple times for sex in his office during LHS football games. This was after the student had graduated. Leonardo would leave the door to his office unlocked, allowing the former student to enter, the report said. After the student graduated, he and Finelli started a relationship that lasted about 3 months. He lived with Finelli from October to November 2021. Okay, I pulled up another article about this because that was pretty short, and like there's not many details in this other than he hooked up with a former student, which in itself is not illegal, but like probably looked down upon by the school. And there's no real details other than they like texted and then deleted, which again is not a big deal, except that I think he was underage when they started texting, maybe, if I read that correctly. And there's no real details about how culty this interaction was, so. And basically what I've been seeing about this is the school is not really taking any responsibility, which happens a lot of the time. Okay. Let me just... Yeah, this one has a lot more details in it, so let's go over this one. Former Florida high school band leader ran cult-like group for students at his farm by Salim Algar on the New York Post. A former Florida high school band leader ran a cult-like student group that tracked their locations around the clock while compelling them to pay tithes and labor at his farm to prepare for the apocalypse, according to reports. So see, now we're getting into it. Like, where was the stuff in the other article? Former Leesburg High School band director Gabriel Fielder and guidance counselor Lenny Finelli both resigned this month after shocking allegations emerged from former students about the Elder Council, according to the Daily Commercial. Finelli, who aided Fielder in running the society, was eventually accused of inappropriate sexual correspondence with a male student, whose therapist contacted the school to report the allegations earlier this year. Elder Council participants said that they were subjected to manipulation and exploitation by Fielder, who told them he was a divine presence and hosted regular meetings at his 13-acre farm. He told us basically that he had such a close relationship with God that it was very, very, very rare and uncommon for him to get things wrong, an unnamed member told the commercial. And his thing was, if I'm wrong, then God's going to correct me and you guys don't need to correct me. A popular and charismatic fixture at the school for many years, Fielder began the group in 2018 and presented it as an outlet for Bible study and fellowship. But the former member said the venture soon took on darker tones, with Fielder escalating control over their personal lives and sometimes speaking in tongues during attempts at astral projection. Even though they earned modest adolescent incomes, Fielder demanded regular tithes from his members. He also used the Life 360 app to track their locations around the clock, explaining that he wanted to be able to know their whereabouts when it came time for meetings. The commercial reported that Fielder had members perform manual labor at his ranch in preparation for a coming apocalypse. Honestly, it was more doing chores on his farm than it was doing ministry work, and that was how we saw it, the former member said. Fielder knew that the group's activities could alarm parents, and he coached kids on how to speak to them about it. This is not funny. I don't know why I'm in a messed up mood. I'm just kind of like scoffing at it because it's like this. Once these things come out, it becomes so transparent. There are manipulations. Like, oh, don't tell your parents about this because they'll try and stop you from working for me. Don't describe this like that because your parents aren't open to all of this stuff yet, the former member said. Fielder instructed her. They're going to think we're a cult. Dissenting voices and suspicious relatives were dismissed as witches or manipulators. Still, members finally began to break free last year. Looks like a Taco Bell. The group imploded completely in recent months when the therapist of a former Leesburg student contacted administrators about a male in her care. She said the former student accused Finelli of asking him sexual questions when he was a 17-year-old student and later dating him after he turned 18. The commercial said Fielder said Finelli Start that one over. The commercial said Fielder had Finelli and the former student delete inappropriate text messages at one point. It rocked me to think that I could be in a cult and that everything in my life is completely wrong, the former member told the commercial. Despite those regrets, she told the outlet that she wasn't convinced Fielder had sinister intentions. But I don't even know if he understood how damaging he was to all of us. I don't think he does. And I honestly don't believe it was completely malicious, she said. Rather than face disciplinary charges, both Fielder and Finelli resigned from the school this month. They will not face any criminal charges, and a report by the school denied that the society was a cult. I find that kind of crazy that even the leader was saying, don't tell anyone about this because they'll think it's a cult. And then the school is like, no, it's definitely not. So we wash our hands of this. Just a little bit left. This group was in no way affiliated with the school or the district, and any meetings they may have had were held off campus, Lake County Schools spokesperson Sherry Owens told reporters about the resignations. Well, how do you think they met each other and became organized? They started out on the school. Like, it's just so ridiculous how little responsibility schools take. Like, this past year, a teacher at my high school was finally arrested for having sexual contact with students, and the school took a little bit more responsibility, but it's still like, I don't know, it's just so frustrating to me that I understand they really don't want to look bad and they don't want to suffer, I guess, because of like a teacher's actions. But I saw another headline saying that the school might close now because of this, but who knows. So yeah, that's him, I guess. Gabriel Fielder. I don't know why Gabriel is usually like a creepy name. Okay, this is going to be a short stream because the last topic I have is Michelle Phan. And there is like no evidence in this. Like, not that I looked super hard, but in the articles they don't present any evidence. So, but still I found it a bit interesting because I know her. I guess if you've ever watched any like makeup videos or if you've been around a long time on YouTube, then you've probably heard of Michelle Fawn, if not seen at least a couple of her videos. And she seems like a really nice person. She's gorgeous. So anyway, the headline is From Makeup Tutorials to a Cult, What's Up with These Rumors About Michelle Phan by Stephanie Harper on Distractify. Anyone who was watching makeup tutorials on YouTube in the early 2000s is probably well aware of Michelle Phan. Her unique looks and keen eye for detail made her stand out in a major way. She inspired so many people to experiment with makeup and beauty over the years. She also inspired people who were leaning towards launching their own YouTube channels. Michelle's older videos give curious YouTubers step-by-step instructions on how to look like a Barbie doll, a zombie, and even Lady Gaga. She's got a Snow White makeup tutorial, a Sailor Moon tutorial, and so much more. Once upon a time, Michelle was the blueprint for makeup inspiration to millions of people. However, these days, her devoted fans are wondering if something more sinister is going on. Is Michelle Phan in a cult? The biggest reason people believe Michelle might be involved in a cult right now is that she started posting about her ability to see angels and heal paralyzed men on social media. She posted about going to a retreat where she wasn't allowed to go to sleep, use the bathroom, or do anything aside from meditation. To most people, rules like those are considered red flags. If you're ever in a situation where you're not allowed to sleep or use the bathroom, you might not be in the safest spot. Based on Michelle's social media post, it wasn't a threatening experience for her. According to Showbiz Cast, Michelle has been really impressed by Dr. Joe Dispenza and his healing methods lately. She's vocalized her admiration of Joe's thought process quite a bit. A Reddit thread created at the end of March 2022 further questions whether or not Michelle is involved in a BDSM cult. BDSM stands for bondage, discipline, sadism, and masochism, if you weren't aware. However, according to Mixed article, Michelle denies being part of any cult. Michelle Fawn took a huge YouTube break before returning back to social media. When Michelle disappeared from YouTube, just about everyone noticed. According to The Cut, a lot of people actually speculated that she died. She spent 10 years on YouTube creating 385 videos and pulling in over 1 billion views in total. She abruptly fell off the map in 2015 without posting a goodbye note to her fans and followers on any platform. A lot of people in her comment sections on various YouTube videos were mentioning how much they missed her. Fast forward to 2017, and Michelle posted an 11-minute self-illustrated movie describing why she decided to take a break from social media. She mentioned how somewhere along the journey she lost herself. Now in 2022, she's back posting to YouTube content on a fairly frequent basis. I know she has a new company too, M Cosmetics. Maybe it's not that new. I just found out about it in the past year. But yeah. She's got new videos posted almost every month for the last 6 months. Oh, it sounds like me. It's still possible to continue accessing her older videos from 12 years ago. Michelle certainly paved the way for creators on YouTube wanting to pursue online fame through makeup. You already said that. Since she currently denies the rumors of being involved in a cult, there's no actual proof that she's doing anything that might harm her or someone else. Hopefully she continues posting makeup tutorials without going ghost again the way she did in 2015. So the thing I don't like about this is there's no receipts. There is no evidence. They just wrote up what she had been posting about. There's no screenshots or anything. And then in this article, they did share a screenshot. They basically said exactly the same things, and their evidence is this person's tweet, Michelle Fawn being in a cult was not on my 2022 bingo card. But yeah, so there's no evidence at all. Obviously, this is coming from somewhere, but I just would like to see it. Then Michelle Fawn posted, this looks like Instagram comment, but I'm not sure. She said, "I'm not involved in any cult whatsoever besides worshipping my cat, lol. These rumors about me are ridiculously untrue. I do know the people involved in that drama, but I am far removed from their personal life. They're just acquaintances." So maybe she's talking about that doctor mentioned in the article. "I support them sharing their personal journey on how they became who they are, but that doesn't mean I'm involved whatsoever in their lifestyle." And then someone said, "I had to stop following her on Insta after all the Bitcoin stuff. Remembering how Fawn had suddenly turned into a Bitcoin evangelist in 2019 after she came back from a mysterious 4-year disappearance. Perhaps the beauty of miracles is in the eye of the beholder." So yeah, nothing really substantial there, but I did think it was interesting just because I am familiar with her, and I think a lot of people are. But honestly, I think good for her. She made enough money off YouTube to just take a break for years and then come back with a new company. And but yeah, hopefully she's not getting involved in stuff like that where they don't allow you to go to the bathroom at their retreats and stuff like that. Yeah, that's all I pulled for the past couple weeks. There's not a ton of news, like I said. Hopefully next week we will have an update on Nature Boy. I am dying to know what his status is. He's still in jail. And I hope his victims are doing okay. So, yeah, still haven't thought of an outro for this. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I need to, soak my bad ankle, I think, and then ice it. And I'll probably draw a bit. I don't know. So yeah, thank you so much for watching Cult News. I hope you found something educational here. And as always, this will be archived on the Word Grub YouTube channel because it gets taken down off Twitch after 2 weeks, I think. And I will see you guys hopefully next week. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.